Why aren't you making money in this market? And I guess the first reason as to why you're not making money in this market and why the thumbnail is those type of people who, their name, I'm not going to name them, but you know who they are, is literally based upon your misconception of the way you should be, I guess, trying to gain information out of people. A lot of people are out there looking straight up for trade setups, trade signals, etc, etc, etc. Now for myself, I'm using a software called Exocharts, and when I'm using this software is helping me gain not just information on the market in the aspect of order flow perspective, but also it helps me improve on myself and helps me find different areas in which I can, build statistics on. For example, session swing failure patterns, volume patterns, all these type of things are where I'm going to be building my statistics off of, give me that massive edge within the market. An example of this would be yesterday when I came out to the crew live in the time that I'm going to be looking for a really decent position above London high, like live in the time. I said it way before it even occurred. What happened was you got the move above London high and the massive drop. The reason I'm able to get this idea of that we're going to get that type of move above London high and low is not because it's magic. It's not because I'm like smarter than any of you here. It's because all I did was, well, firstly, I extracted volume data to get the different session times I want to be using. You can see here a little bit of data from that. But it's because essentially I literally back tested the statistic multiple times. And I knew that every time you get a certain trapped value or a step above the high and a close below, I knew it was going to move down X amount of percentages. I knew it was going to hit the 0.5 level of X session. This is what you're going to be looking out for. Literally today, again, the reason I'm so motivated to form this is because actually we have this exact same setup right now. Instead of being the highs, it's at the exact lows. Look at this. London low, instead of the high, in this case, move down all the way back above. You've got an insane risk to reward on these trades, This was your entry, essentially. You're entering here, stop loss there, and you're targeting at least these highs, You risk $1,000, you're gaining 4,000. You risk 2,000, you're gaining 8,000. All this type of stuff is what you're going to be looking to, to trade off of. Statistics. I'm not a wizard. And the reason as to why people are losing within this market, as to what I'm referring to, is because they won't gain statistics on themselves. They'll literally think something works for someone else, it has to do the same for me. Something doesn't work for someone else, it's not going to work for me. This market has too many variables for me to just be like, this is going to work for you and it's going to always work for you. This strategy, for example, is not set in stone. For you, it might not work. You might come up and be like, yep, luxury is not working for me. But if you back test it and go, okay, this strategy, I've tested it 10 times out of 12, for example, and I've won those 10 out of 12. Well, this is a good way to look at things rather than just going off of hope and going off of my statistics alone. You should go and back test it yourself. So yeah, just back to what I was saying, those YouTubers are really not teaching any of this stuff. What those people are probably most likely teaching you is more so stuff like, let me just give you an example, more so like this, and I'm not even bullshitting you. They're going to have something like this on their chart and they're going to be like, yeah, this is something actually actionable to trade. And they're going to be like, yes, they shorted the breakdown and they made like tons of money, which is in this scenario great. But I'm guaranteeing you now, if you just learn off of this, you're not going to become a profitable trader. Like I can put my life's money on it. You won't be. So yeah, this is just one example of what they might teach you. Other stuff they don't really tell you. Really, it's just like the order flow aspect of things. And I can guarantee you they don't know how to trade it either. They're just using, referral link money to pump it up, which, don't get me wrong, referral link money is not a bad thing. I'll happily take it. We'll happily take it. But with the right morals and the aspect of teaching you the right way to trade rather than just shilling you in the wrong way. One other point, what these YouTubers don't really tell you is that you must have a 3 kind of structures toward, making money within this, which is conserving your capital and generating income. And the way, no one really talks about the first part, which is conserve your capital. How do you conserve your capital? And that is really just literally based upon your risk management aspect of things. No one teaches you risk management out there too much. Obviously there's YouTubers that do that, and I'm not against that. But I'm talking about those YouTubers, the big fuck off bad boy YouTubers, who I'm on about. They won't talk about this, For example, giving you this trade for example now that I just took, on this one. Let's just say I took this trade. How do you know how many contracts to enter with? How do you know how many Bitcoin to enter with? You don't, because you don't know risk management. So you're going to blow all of your account within the first fucking trade because you don't know any of this stuff. And it's absolutely vital to understand this if you're going to become a full-time profitable trader, in my opinion. Yeah, again, these are just like kind of my hindsights as to what you want to be looking out for. If I'm honest with you, order flow is really crucial, but also it does require a lot of work put in. It's not as easy as people really make out there to be. This is really just one of those quick videos at the end of the day, just to really cover, okay, this is what you're going to be looking out for, what you don't want to be looking out for. You know, you want to be trading like fake outs to these patterns. You know, the patterns that people are teaching you, they don't really work at all, in my opinion. Well, you can do it, but in conjunction with order flow is the best way to use it. There's so many different things that I teach out there, you know, hit rates of levels, how to calculate that, how to journal that, how to improve upon your own statistics. People don't do this. You know what people do? They'll spend 8 hours a day writing down their trades, and then like after a month have like a whole fucking diary of information, like a autobiography of their trades, and will have no idea what to do with it. This is really, really useless at the end of the day, in my opinion. You must find something where you can get down your trades quickly and effectively, but then also read and take data from it to improve upon yourself. So yeah, not too much ranting or raving there, to be honest with you. But this is really why you're not kind of improving, I would say, because I can guarantee you're probably listening to this now and you're not making any sort of, you know, you're not journaling your trade. You don't know what your win rate is. You don't know how much P&L you got in a month. You don't know what the correlation is between your win rate and the total amount of trades you're taking that month. You don't know the correlation between your profit factors. You don't know your MAE, maximum adverse excursions. You don't know any of this stuff, and this is why, you know, tracking your stats is really going to be the most vital way for you to improve yourself. You know, like I was saying before, something works for me, it might not work for you. Something works for you, it might not work for me. And it's all about finding what can work for yourself, and to fix all of this stuff and to find out what works for you, because that's ultimately all you're trying to do within this business, is by tracking and journaling all this stuff down. Now, I know, going back to what I'm going to say now, that essentially there's going to be multiple journals out there which can help you, you know, formulate all these different statistics. For example, the one I'm using now is in beta. I'd recommend signing up to those guys. TradeStream as just a beta software on Twitter, so go for that for the moment and you might get your spot. The ones which are available now, CoinMarketMan's out there for like, I don't know, quite hefty price if you want to have multiple accounts, and EdgeSheet and EdgeWonk. Those like kind of 3 with the beta 4 kind of examples I'd give to you there as to like how to improve your business. I'll do much more videos on gathering statistics and this type of fashion, you know, order flow, etc., etc. But what I really wanted to convey in this video is that you're not going to be doing anything, you know, you're not going to really improve as a trader, full stop, if you don't track your statistics in one way or another, you know, and find what's best for you and not what's working best for someone else. I'd also want to mention within this video quickly that TaurusCrypto.com, if you want all of this stuff, the crew section, live trading, educational stuff, playbook stuff, live intraday updates on my live scalp trades that I'm taking, what I'm looking out for next. This type of stuff is all within the crew, so be sure to check that out. Obviously, we've got a mentoring section as well if you wish, you know, one-to-one or private mentorship. Be sure to DM for that. Also, be sure to check out Taurus Crypto Team and also my Twitter at Luxury with an extra Y on the end. Hope you all enjoyed. So get out of that mindset and really start focusing on yourself. So yeah, I'm not really asking for anything here. Just hit the subscribe and like button if you like. I'll catch you later. Bye.